Hi, I'm Julie, and I think I'm in love with a thief. This is how it all started. I couldn't breathe when I got home from work. My front door was open, and I walked straight into my apartment. I was horrified to find that most of my expensive furniture was gone. My television, bits of jewelry, and a few rare collectibles I had were all missing. I called the police and they arrived quickly, but told me there was nothing they could do for me. I had been robbed. The next day, I was still in shock. How could anyone rob me? As I woke up though, I found a small note under my pillow. I read it and was surprised by what it said. It read, "Dear homeowner, I'm so sorry to inconvenience you like this, but I took some of your items. I hope you can forgive me." As I got ready for work, I looked it over again and thought about what it meant. This had to have been left by the thief, but why did a thief care what I thought about them? I stopped by the police station after work and gave them the note. I hoped maybe they could track him somehow using that note. But when I returned home, I noticed something on the side of my door. When I picked it up, I was so happy! It was one of my necklaces that was stolen! The thief probably dropped it in their rush to get away from my house. At least I got something back from the robber. I went to bed that night feeling a little better. Luckily, the thief hadn't taken anything that I needed to live, but I still missed all my old things. The next morning, when I woke up, I had another surprise waiting for me. Outside my door, I found another of my expensive necklaces in the same spot. It had to be a coincidence, right? But I was getting very suspicious now. I went to work like nothing was wrong, but I was very curious about the note and how my stolen stuff was returning. Maybe there was a hero looking out for me? After work, I was excited to look in the same place as before, and this time, along with a ring, was another note. It read, "Dear homeowner, I know I hurt you and I'm trying to make up for it. Can we meet up? I'd like to explain myself to you. I'll be waiting in the park on Saturday." Now, I was more confused than ever. What could the note mean? Who was the stranger? And how were they getting my stuff for me? I made up my mind to meet up in person and find out for myself. Saturday finally came, and I got ready to go to the park with questions in my mind. When I arrived, I tried to figure out who it was I was supposed to meet. Just then, a really handsome man called me over. I told him I was meeting someone here, and he said he knew.
I'm actually who you were coming to meet. I wanted to apologize in person. I've been leaving your stuff on your door, and I gave you the notes.
I was stunned! This man was the one who robbed me? But he was so polite and good-looking. He told me why he did it, and the pieces began to fall into place. He didn't like to rob people, but his mother was in the hospital, and he couldn't pay for her bills. He decided to rob my house, but he didn't really want to, so he only took a few things. It turns out, though, that he had taken one set of my expensive diamond earrings, and with that money alone, he was able to pay the bills. So he decided to try and give me back the rest of my stuff to apologize. Then, he wanted to meet up so he could apologize in person as well, and tell me everything he did.
I'm very sorry about robbing you. I really hope you can forgive me.
I guess so. It was only one pair of earrings after all. You can come by later with the rest of my things, okay? I learned his name was Mark, and as I left the park to go home, I couldn't believe how lucky I was. I'd get almost all of my stuff back, and I got to meet a sweet man. I couldn't stop thinking about Mark as I got home and waited for him to arrive. Hours later, I heard a commotion at my door, and I hurried to open it. Outside my house, 2 police officers were handcuffing Mark. One of them noticed me and handed me a box with my collectibles, television, and jewelry in it.
You're lucky, ma'am. The thief came back to the scene of the crime with all your stolen goods, too. We caught him, though, and you can have all your stolen things back.
Actually, was no robbery. I forgot that I let my cousin borrow these things from me a while ago. But I forgot and thought they were stolen. Sorry, officer. My cousin was just returning them to me now. The officers were understanding and warned me to double check before I report a robbery next time. They let Mark go, and he thanked me for lying to them.
How can I repay you? You've been so kind to me.
How about a date? I'd like to get to know you a bit more. We ended up dating for a long time, and I learned Mark was actually one of the sweetest guys in the world. He even managed to get my earrings back from the pawn shop for my birthday. And there you have it. That's how I met Mark, the man who robbed me and my new boyfriend. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.